This is a program that shows people how to cook healthy, affordable, and accessible meals at home. I'm Colleen Rocap. I am a certified Whole Foods plant-based nutritionist, and here we have Vop.
Vop Osile, I'm on the City County Council, I'm an architect, and really excited to be here trying to cook something. I don't normally cook, but I think it's important, especially in the district that I represent, to have some knowledge of how to cook and how to encourage other people to cook affordable, healthy, nutritious foods.
Awesome. Well, we are like the perfect pair today then, because cooking did not used to be my jam at all. So this really is like just a super quick and easy, very low maintenance recipe. You'll get to see you hardly really do anything today. This will be nice and fast. So.
And that's really good because I don't cook.
Okay.
Okay, I just want to make sure
Perfect.
Okay.
Well, after today, you can say that you do.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
All right. So spicy peanut noodles. Basically what we're going to have is cooked noodles, some veggies, and then a really awesome sauce, because everything's about the sauce, right? All right, so to start, we are waiting on this water to boil, and we're going to throw some noodles in there.
All right,
so,
perfect. Like what's, how much are the noodles?
So 8 ounces of noodles.
Okay.
Technically, this is a 9.5 ounce package, but
Could I just dump the whole thing in?
We're just gonna do it all.
Okay, yeah, 9.5, 8,
Yeah.
it's all about that same thing, right? Okay,
Do
so
what you
I need
want.
to wait for that to boil.
Yes, and we're
Okay.
getting kind of close there.
Okay.
And so I wanted to tell you too, really for this recipe, you can use whatever kind of noodle you want. And this is actually inspired by a recipe that I saw a long time ago that used ramen noodles. It was the ramen noodle packet, the Oriental one, just mixed with peanut butter and sriracha.
Oh.
And the ramen noodle packets actually aren't that healthy. Imagine that. So I just thought, how can I make a healthier version of this? So we're going to be using, those are the udon noodles, I think.
Okay, all right.
But I brought a couple different examples. You can use soba noodles, pad thai rice noodles.
What about spaghetti?
Spaghetti,
Okay,
yes.
good.
Like literally any
That's what I'm
kind of
familiar
noodle
with.
you
Okay,
want. Perfect.
all right,
Yeah.
cool.
All right.
We're almost there, right?
We're getting close.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Let's cook these noodles.
Okie dokie. Now, may I have the honor of dumping them in?
Yes.
Okay, so how long do they stay in?
So these are going to go for about 4 minutes.
Okay.
And you'll see, so like spaghetti doesn't usually have a wrap around it like that, but these do, so you just
Okay.
take the little wrap
Can I
off.
break them in two?
Yes.
Okay.
That's perfect.
With
That'll
a little bit of
kinda-
cooking that I do, it makes it a little bit easier that everything's boiling at the same time.
Yeah.
And stuff's not sticking up.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure no one else does it like that,
I
but
don't know
you know.
those like fancy Italian secrets. I do the same thing. I just
You're just gonna break them in? Okay.
Don't take risks. Everything's cooked evenly.
There we go.
And it makes your noodles shorter, so you don't have like was it Fox and the Hound? What was that movie? The moment with the long spaghetti. Lady and the Tramp. Yes.
All right, you got the time started?
Yep. Okay. 4 minutes.
4 minutes, okay.
All right. So now we're gonna get this going.
All right.
Um,
That's for the sauce?
So this is going to be for our veggies.
Okay.
Normally when you're sauteing veggies, you're going to use oil, right? But we're going to use water, which might sound crazy to some people, but it saves a lot of calories, and it's also a lot more heart healthy. So
Very good.
we'll just do
Like
a
how much
little
water is it? Just go ahead and
just
dump
a
it
little
in?
splash.
Not the whole thing?
Not the whole thing, just a splash. That's perfect.
Okay.
And then we're going to throw in our frozen veggies.
I love it.
So really any kind of veggie will work.
So how much is this?
So that's about, well, it's supposed to be 2 cups. It's
About 2
like
cups.
2.5. It's whatever amount you want.
Okay. So just go ahead and dump them in, right?
Yep.
So we have peas and broccoli, right?
Peas and broccoli, yeah, but you could really use whatever you want. One thing that I like to throw in a lot is edamame.
Do I want to stir this?
Yes,
Do I want to put any more water in than just what was there, or okay?
it should be good. So
All
now
right.
we're going to cover it with a lid, and that's going to kind of steam these to take them from frozen, basically, to just warmed through.
Okay. And how long does that stay on?
It kind of depends. I would just keep an eye on it. Usually it's just a couple minutes.
Okay.
Like anywhere from 2 to 5 minutes, depending on how hot it is.
All right. So we keep checking on that.
Yes, and we
Okay.
are using frozen veggies, which are in these lovely bags.
And
they're-
pretty straightforward. So broccoli and peas.
yeah.
Okay.
And we do that because, like I was saying earlier, with having things be really easy. These are things you can just keep in the freezer all the time. So if you have just, you get home one night and you're like, oh my gosh, what do I make? I need something. You don't have fresh produce. You just grab your frozen stuff out of the freezer.
It's perfect.
Pretty
Okay.
easy.
Yeah.
All right, so now the fun part. While all this is cooking, we are making the sauce.
Good, okay.
So we're gonna make our sauce now. And we've got 1/4 cup of peanut butter in there, which I also have all over my fingers now. So the special thing about this peanut butter is that it's just dry roasted peanuts. There's no added sugar, no oil. That's gonna make it a lot healthier.
Okay, so now what happens?
right.
What happens, however, if you can't find one like that? Would like a Jiffy or any of those others work?
Yeah, whatever
Okay.
kind of peanut butter you can use. And the fact that we're not using oil when we're sauteing this, that's making things healthier. So if the only peanut butter that you can find has oil in it, go for it. Totally
Okay,
fine.
perfect.
All right. So the next ingredient in our sauce is going to be soy sauce.
Perfect.
So that's going to be that one here.
All right.
We've got 3 tablespoons of soy sauce, and then again, to make things healthier, this is a low sodium soy sauce.
Perfect.
So if you can find that, awesome. If not, just use what you can find.
So I just pour all of it?
Yep.
Okay.
And I might even recommend too, if you're trying to keep things heart healthy and you can't find a low sodium soy sauce, just maybe cut the amount of soy sauce in half. And so
Okay.
that's going to cut down on the sodium.
All right.
All right, and then those are looking pretty good.
Okay.
We should probably go ahead and drain these now
Very
before
good.
we
Let's do that.
get into that. All right, so
We'll drain those into what?
this colander over here.
Okay.
So this is gonna help us just separate everything. Thank you.
Welcome.
And obviously at home you'd be dumping this into a sink. And if you don't have a colander, that's totally fine too. Just use some sort of, like maybe a large slotted spoon, something to hold over the edge of the pot to keep the noodles inside. And then obviously watch your hands because this will be hot. All right. So
Look
we're
at this.
just
This is
gonna
great. And these guys have come to.
Set those aside.
They're doing something too, right? They're cooking.
Yes,
Awesome.
those are actually probably pretty good.
Okay. Do we turn off the heat
they-
now that these have thawed out and
Yes.
the water's boiling?
Yep.
Okay, okay.
So we'll go ahead and turn that off. So noodles
I'll
are
cover.
done, veggies are done. We're just gonna finish off this sauce.
Okay.
All right, so now we're gonna move into garlic. So if you have fresh garlic, awesome, chop it up, pretty easy. Like I said earlier, I'm pretty lazy, so I buy this giant thing of garlic, and it's only $7, which is awesome. And I mean, this lasts forever, it's huge. So I think we said 1 clove of garlic, but if you love garlic, do more than that. I definitely put more in the container.
Okay.
But generally 1 clove of garlic is about a teaspoon. So we can go ahead and add.
Go ahead and put this in.
Yep, perfect.
All right. Does it sprinkle or?
It just goes right in. Just
Okay.
dump her in. Perfect.
Okay.
So we're just gonna whisk that together here next. Well, not next, but after
Okay.
we get the rest of the ingredients in.
Okay. So what else do we have?
All right. So we also have ginger. And if you have fresh ginger, which looks like this, you can grate it with a microplane or just a regular grater, like a cheese grater would work. Or if you're taking the lazy route, you can use pre-minced ginger.
And what have we used? Pre-minced
I
ginger?
did fresh since we had it.
Good for you.
It does add like a little bit of extra zing, I think.
Okay.
But
And-
that's your ginger there.
And how much?
That whole thing, which is a teaspoon.
A teaspoon? Okay.
Yep. Stuck in there.
Cool.
Perfect.
Awesome.
All right. So we used garlic,
Mhm.
ginger. Next up is going to be rice vinegar, which you'll find this like where you find all the other Asian foods in the grocery, that section. Pretty easy to find, definitely cheap. So it's, I think, just a tablespoon of that.
Okay.
And that's
Now,
that one there.
do we have any substitutes? I mean, that's rice vinegar. Is there another kind that might be?
Yeah, you could
You
use
might be able
apple
to use?
cider vinegar.
Okay.
That would work too.
All right. So the whole thing.
Yep.
And how much vinegar is in here?
That was a tablespoon.
Tablespoon. Okay.
Yep. Okay.
Excellent.
And then the last ingredient to give us a little bit of sweetness is maple syrup.
Awesome.
So that is
I love maple syrup.
Yay!
I can just almost drink it.
Yeah. And that was a teaspoon. I think I put a little bit of extra in there just because why not?
Okay.
And if you don't have maple syrup, and maple syrup can actually be kind of expensive sometimes, maybe go for something a little bit cheaper or more accessible like agave nectar. That could be another good way to sweeten it. So
Okay.
now we're just going to whisk it up.
Okay. And what kind of consistency is it supposed to have when we're done? What's it supposed to look
It's
like?
going to be pretty thick. Oh, and you know what? I actually forgot one ingredient, which was a 1/4 cup of hot water. Very important because it's hot, especially if you use like a crunchy, thicker peanut butter. That really helps kind of break everything down so it mixes together really well.
Okay.
So 1/4 cup of hot water there. And
So we could have even used some of the hot water from the noodles, right?
You could have.
Okay.
That would work too.
Okay.
Perfect.
I'm just thinking about all the ways that a non-cook like myself
Yeah.
could.
And then you save a dish too. So perfect. Okay. Well, that is looking pretty saucy. Liking it. All right. So now we're done, essentially. We just need to plate this. So there's
Seriously?
yeah.
That's awesome.
That was so fast.
Okay.
There's a couple different ways to do that. If you are in a hurry and really don't care about what it looks like, then you just throw everything to a bowl, mix it together, boom, you're done.
Okay.
If you want it to be cute, then maybe you have your bowl and you section it out. So you'd have your noodles in one section, your veggies in the other section, drizzle your sauce on top. Easy does it.
Awesome.
Okay.
Okay.
So we've got our bowl here.
Okay, so does this look decent? It looks pretty
Oh, yeah,
consistent
that's
now.
Perfect.
Okay.
Yep. Yeah, and it doesn't have to be, perfectly smooth like you blended it. Just smooth enough so that I can mix in with the noodles and everything.
Okay, great.
All right, so now we've got our veggies here in the pot, but as you can maybe see, there's some leftover water in there.
Yeah.
So what we'll do is just kind of drain that off. So we don't want to eat that. Nothing wrong with it. It just makes things a little too watery. And then to save a dish again, we are just going to dump everything into this pot.
Perfect.
And
All right.
this isn't on, by the way. We're just using it as a giant mixing bowl. So we'll
Okay.
go ahead and dump that in there.
Okie dokie. Is there a skill to this, or you just?
There's not. Nope.
Okay.
Well, it's kind
It's
of
a little stuck. Love that. All right.
There we go. Perfect. Okay. Very nice.
And then our special concoction here.
Yep.
Okay.
Throw your sauce.
Just
in there.
pour.
Yep. Looks so fun.
Yeah, I love this. It's
Okay.
awesome. Okay.
And then we just stir it up.
And what do we call this?
Good. So, spicy peanut noodles.
Spicy peanut noodles.
Yeah.
All right.
So-
It smells really good.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
And if you wanted to add more protein, and you had just a little bit of extra time, you could add some baked tofu to it, or even just raw tofu, really cubed. Or edamame, that's one of my favorite things. I don't know if you've ever seen those, like maybe in a restaurant as an appetizer. They look like little pea pods, but you eat the beans that are on the inside. Well, you can buy them frozen, already shelled, so it's just that bean. And if you were to throw the edamame into the pot with the broccoli and everything when that was cooking, then that would just add a ton of extra protein in there too. And another fun protein tip, since everyone always wants to ask, where do you get your protein, is with the noodles. I forgot to mention that earlier. There's noodles now that are made out of lentils in just 3.5 ounces maybe of the noodles, so about a third of that package. It's like 27 grams of protein.
Oh, wow.
So
Okay.
you
Serious.
don't miss out.
Okay.
All right.
Alrighty.
Cool.
We're there.
We're
That was
all
it?
mixed together. Yes. And then one little change that I made in this recipe too, what I used to do is I would use sesame oil, but to make it healthier, we're leaving the oil out. So to get that sesame flavor, we're going to be using toasted sesame seeds. So once we get this into bowls, we'll put the sesame seeds on top for a fun garnish. And then also, do you like spicy food?
Yeah.
Okay, we have sriracha. And so this is a hot sauce, and really you can find this pretty much anywhere. This is not what the normal bottle looks like. The normal bottle has a rooster on the front. People call it rooster sauce, and a green top. But this is gonna add some spice, maybe even a little bit of sweetness. I think there's a little bit of sugar in here, but I'm just gonna top it off with that.
Okay. All right.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so we're topping it off with sesame, sriracha, or if you're not into spicy food, you leave it off like Mama Ray, because she's got that delicate palate. Okay.
All right, dig in.
Yeah, go for it.
How is it?
It's
really
delicious.
good.
It's very
Okay.
good.
This is really good.
Gotta love that.
This is really good.
Thank you.
I think
Colleen, well done.
With the
Well done, you, Bob.
noodles, it's a different noodle than I've ever tried.
but the nice thing about it is that spaghetti would work too. So if spaghetti is
But
what you have.
it's really good. I would try that. And it's quick and easy. I like quick and easy.
What kind of veggies would you throw in there?
I was trying the edamame. I love edamame. I tried the edamame, but I love this just the way it is.
It's very good.
And it's a good side. It's a good main dish, but it's also a good side dish. And at my house, it would be an excellent side dish.
Well, thank you.
Very good.
And it's seasoned perfectly. You don't taste a lot of salt. I know you all have the pepper,
With the sriracha?
but
And how's the ginger? Is it not too much? Is it
I can't taste it.
okay?
I can't taste it. It is perfect.
So
This is awesome.
we hope that you'll take advantage of this recipe and try it out at home tonight.